Alright viewers, welcome back to another tutorial in the JF-17. Today we are covering landing using the ILS system. I think I'm going to cover this instead of just in the brake because well, the brake's pretty normal across all aircraft really, it's just brake over the airfield and land numbers. But the ILS is a bit different. So, let's go and set the plane up. So first we press this top line here, FPA. You see here we have all of these settings. So we will press the approach sub mode. There you go, now the HSD has displayed that. So we are landing at airport 50. What airport 50 is, that is Batumi, which is where we want to be landing. We have all the data for it, so ATC 131.260, TACAN 16 X-ray, 1 race 1331, ILS 110.3. Now, because this is quite a smart aircraft with a DTC system that is modeled in DCS, that is all presets here, so we can choose our approach mode, or I guess a landing mode, ILS, TACAN, or SCA. We'll go with ILS approach because that will give us a glide slope. TACAN and SCA do not do that. Okay, we have some stuff here, so we can check what heading we want to turn on our final approach. So we can either do a left hand or a right hand. You see the circles shifted. Let me just do that again. So we'll do a right hand turn before we get onto course. I got 3-degree glide slope, minimums, the magnetic course of the runway, TACAN, and all that beautiful stuff. So we want to put the autopilot, we want to fly on course pilot at 3,000 feet. You also got HUD symbology, including you got delta T there, which is time of arrival. You've got the vertical and horizontal cues for glide slope, but at the moment it's just telling us how to get to the FAF. You've also got a caret on the heading tape, so we need to fly to put the caret on our heading, so about there. Yep, that'll do it. I'm going to set the press AP there and set the altitude hold to 3,000, that's 30,000. 0, there we go. That's 3,000. Okay, so when we reach there, we will do a right-hand turn, and then we will be on glide slope to land on Batumi's runway. We are heading for runway 23. If we can cycle there, nope. Yep, so that'll just put it back on the MFD. Let's go back onto the approach page. You've got your actual master mode. So you see there we've got ILS, FAF, you've got your MAC number. So let's cruise about 300 knots, also coming down. I'm going to turn master armor off, I'm not sure why it was on. Yeah, so I guess this does just show how amazing this module is, because no other module, barring maybe the Hercules when that comes out, but that's quite a different beast compared to your single engine fighter like this. But no module currently in DCS, and potentially in the future of DCS again, barring the Hercules, has any sort of like landing procedures like this actually modeled in the plane. Now, of course, that's probably because they don't have those or whatever, you know, is what it is. But that is that. So you can see Batumi off to our left there. We're going to come left to intercept the FAF, the final approach. We'll hold this altitude as we come into a phase though, so we've intercepted the at the right altitude, gotta come down, it's saying, and come a bit to the left. I'm gonna hold this altitude once I turn. Now, this procedure is particularly useful for like holding patterns. If you want to kind of do that to get multiple aircraft on the ground, you can have them all hold the FAF for longer or short amounts of time. It's also very good for either night or whiteouts. For example, you can see here I have no visibility due to the cloud that I'm flying in. So of course I'm relying purely on my HSD at the moment, flying off instruments. And having a actual representation of what I'm trying to do on the HSD makes this a whole lot more easy. So gear and flaps can come down about 250 knots, I believe, like for most of the jets. Just drag the velocity vector along. We can't really see the horizon, but just drag along the artificial horizon that you can see on the hood. Come into the right. Hold this angular bank. We're a bit wide, but that's fine. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to be acceptable. Only 90 degrees of our turn to go. Okay, we're at the clouds now. That's great to see. So coming back round. I'm going to pull back the throttle now as I start to come down to landing speeds. So we are a bit below glide slope. We want to be about 500 feet higher, but we are coming onto the azimuth, so I'm going to intercept that. And then I'm going to put the page on the left. Okay, so we're going to come to the right. Okay, so yes, now we've got a speed marker on the hood, that little box for where the runway is, so that's good to see. Okay, so we've now passed the FAF. We are on glide slope, on heading. Gonna come a bit lower. And the tack end down, that's kind of annoying. Camera dirty up now. Gear and flaps, both down. So once we are on KZS, you can see now we've got a lot more precise heading, not heading, vertical tapes. It goes up in 2.5 degrees. So this is obviously make landing a lot easier, so you can have a precise idea of what exactly your, I guess, pitch angle is. And then increase throttle as we come into glide slope. Want to be about below the 2.5 degree angle, where so that's for 3 degrees. And we want to place that bracket in the with the velocity vector, so let's pull speed and pitch up. Speed brake out. We'll do a bit of a flare when we are about to touch down so we don't break the gear.
Altitude, altitude, altitude.
Okay, deploy the drag chute and come to a nice halt. Okay, at 50 knots we'll jettison the chute with a left click and recenter it so we don't accidentally jettison the next one we load. And we'll slow down with our tail brakes. Let's engage those wheel steering. Okay, we'll now taxi off the runway at Alpha to our left here and go and park. Alright viewers, that'll be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Patreon, TikTok and YouTube. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one.